2 a.m. in the morning. You're exhausted, but your brain just won't shut up. Why didn't she text me back? Did I say something wrong? Am I wasting my life? 2 years ago, I was exactly like that. I would spend an hour before sending a 2-sentence text. I would replay conversations from 2015, would have brilliant ideas, and I would research them to death instead of taking action. But here's where it changed everything. I discovered that overthinking is not a thinking problem. It's a nervous system problem. And in the next few minutes, I will show you exactly how to hack your brain's alarm system and turn your overthinking into a superpower. First, I need you to see the real enemy, because once you understand what is happening in your brain, everything becomes easier. Here is what is actually happening. Your brain is not broken, but the problem is it is using a Stone Age software to deal with modern problems. Your brain evolved to keep you alive when tigers were chasing you. Back then, when you heard a rustling bush, you either run or you become a lunch. There is no thinking, you just react to it. But today, that same alarm system fires when someone ignore you or block you, when you have to make a life decision for your future. Your brain treats a delay message like a life or death situation. This is how it is happening. Overthinking happens when your limbic system, which handles your emotions and survival, shut off your prefrontal cortex, which is responsible for your logical thinking. Think of it like this. Your emotional brain is like a toddler screaming and crying. It is so loud that your logical brain, the adult, can't get a word in. You are not thinking your way into solutions. You're just feeling into this analysis paralysis. And there are 5 specific traps that are keeping you stuck in this cycle. First, it is your anxiety, your overactive alarm system. It's like a smoke detector that goes off every time you make a toast. Every unanswered message feels like a rejection. Every silence feels like an abandonment. Your brain is constantly scanning for threats that don't exist. Second is perfectionism, which isn't a high standard problem. It's actually a mask of fear. You rewrite that email 10 times not because you want to be perfect, but because you're scared to be judged. You don't launch that project not because it is not ready, but because you're avoiding the discomfort of imperfect. Third, the fear of failure, the what if spirals that keep you stuck. What if I fail? What if I embarrass myself? What if they laugh at me? This creates a mental cage where nothing feels safe, so you never take the shot. Fourth, past pain. Your brain's overprotective memory system. Your hippocampus stores emotional memories, and if you get hurt or if you get bullied, if you get laughed at, it stores everything in your head. Then it over-applies that memory to every new situation. One bad breakup means all relationships are terrible. You got cheated, so all women or all men are bad. One failed video means I shouldn't keep posting. And lastly, fifth, your overactive default mode network system. That's when your brains turn into a mental echo chamber. This is the part of your brain that is activated when you're not focused on anything specific. It is supposed to help us with self-reflection, but for us overthinkers, it becomes this same mental loop that we keep ruminating over and over again. So right now, I want you to identify which one of these 5 traps resonate with you and actually say it out loud, like, my biggest trap is. For me, it's anxiety. For you, maybe it's perfectionism. Maybe it's a fear of failure. Whatever. Identify it and try to be aware of it, because it is the first step to freedom. Now, here's the counterintuitive truth that most people miss, and it is the key to everything that I'm about to show you. You can't think your way out of a panic. When you're overthinking, your body believes that you're in danger. Your nervous system is flooded with stress hormones like adrenaline and cortisol. Because of that, logical thinking is impossible. Your heart rate increases, your muscle turns up, your breathing gets shallow. Because of all of this, your brain goes into a survival mode. In this state, trying to think rationally or trying to think clearly is like trying to have conversation with someone who is chasing you with a knife. It's impossible. So the fix is you need to feel your way into safety. The solution isn't more thinking. It is about nervous system regulation. You need to send a physical signal to your body that you're actually safe. It's like sending a reset button to your nervous system. And it's very easy to do. You just have to do deep breaths. Like you inhale for like 4 seconds. and then you hold the breath for 1 to 2 seconds, and then you slowly breathe it out. I'm gonna do it with you right now. Do it for like 5 to 6 times and you will feel the shift. You will feel relaxed. That's your nervous system is calming down. Your heart rate will be slowed down and you will become so relaxed that your prefrontal cortex will back to be online again. And only in that time you can think clearly, because now you are not in survival state anymore. Doing deep breaths work wonder, but there is still even more powerful thing that stop overthinking in its track. And it is so simple. You will wonder, why no one tell you before this? Overthinking is repetition pretending to be in preparation. Your brain hates uncertainty. So it's like, if I just think harder, maybe I'll able to control this specific thing. But that kind of looping is a prison. It's like trying to solve a maze by staring at a wall. You won't solve anything by doing this. It's just creating more and more problems. The solution is pattern interruption. You need to break this loop by specifically changing your physical state or changing your environment. Here's why it works. Your brain associates all these stupid thoughts with physical location and body positions. When you're lying in bed at midnight, thinking the same spot, staying in that same position, you are literally reinforcing the neural pathways to keep you in stuck. But when you change your physical state, you disrupt the pattern. The moment you start to notice you're having all these overthinking thoughts, you stand up and move into a different room. Grab something in your hand, clean your room, go for a walk, organize your desk, do something. If you are sitting, stand up. And if you are standing up, just go for a walk for like 10 minutes. And you will see the difference, because motion disrupts these mental loop and gives your brain a fresh start. But again, here's where most people messed up. They think they need to feel ready before taking action. And I'm about to show you why this approach is keeping you stuck. Action isn't the result of clarity, it is the cause. Most of us wait to feel ready, but clarity comes from doing, not thinking. Your brain learns by experience, not by mental rehearsal. It is like trying to learn how to ride a bike by analyzing about your body position, analyzing what to do, blah, blah, blah. But you will never able to learn to ride a bike. You hop on the bike and start to pedal. You won't get perfect. You will fall down. You will get bruises. It's not perfect. Key is to take imperfect actions. You only need to do tiny next step, because progress creates momentum and momentum will give you clarity. And you will get into a perfect action only in that time. I want to tell you a dumbest mistake I did. Since 2019, I wanted to make YouTube videos, but instead of actually creating videos, I spent hours in my free time how to film, researching about gadgets, modeling the successful creators. Like I was mentally masturbating. I didn't make anything because I wasn't taking action. I was just planning and I was so caught up in my head. And the reality is I was just afraid of negative comments. So don't be like me. Take action. Even it's the smallest thing. Here's the action step. Pick one thing that you're overthinking about and do a terrible version of it. Don't try to think about perfection. And then course correct it because you've done it, right? And then see some adjustment that you can make and do it again next time, and you adjust your mistakes. In that way, you create progress, and then you will get into momentum to do more and more and more. You need to take the step and then course correct. Now there is one final step that separates people who break free from overthinking and who keep stuck in the loop. Most of us fear failure, rejection, judgment, but the real cause isn't failing, it is freezing. Inaction builds regret and tells your brain that you cannot handle this risk, you cannot do this, you cannot do that. Every time you choose safety over action, you are training your brain that the world is dangerous and you are not capable of handling challenges. You need to fear inaction more than rejection. Rejection is a proof that you are in the game. Getting a no means you ask, but inaction, it's the silent killer of our dreams. Think about this way. If you don't send that message, you're guaranteed not to get a response. If you don't apply for that job, you'll guarantee that you'll not get that job. It's so simple and obvious, but we all do it every day. We're so fear of rejection. So before making any decisions or procrastinate, ask yourself, what is the cause of not doing this? Usually the cause of inaction is far greater than the cause of imperfect action. Let me give you an example. You want to create contents, but you fear that people will drop negative comments. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, the cause of creating might be getting some negative comments, but the real cause of not creating content. It's being invincible, never sharing your ideas, never building an audience. So use this question to push yourself forward. What is the cost of not doing this? But there is still one missing piece. Remember when I told you overthinking is a nervous system problem? If you are dealing with anxiety, which is the root cause of most overthinking, you need to watch this video.